fight like a roaring fight, grit during dreams under stadium lights, sweat and fire, hearts ignite. Evening sports buffet, with the Ginch replay. Highlights, wild scores collide, it's the riot live tonight. Blades drawn, bold on the chalkboard slate, rivals.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
Every second pounding, can't wait.
Summertime trying to hold on, by the way. It's a little thirsty today. And it's going to be toasty at the end of the week. So summer trying to throw the finger at us. Holding on. So welcome to another edition of the early evening sports buffet with the Ginch. I am said Ginch, or my nephew host. One thing I'll say about this weekend's sports, especially with the NFL, there's a whole lot of defenses out there that are ass, that they suck. There are maybe a handful of good defensive teams in the NFL right now. I know it's only week 2, but some fan bases should be worried. So, but welcome to another edition. I go around the world in sports, try to go around the world in sports to the best of my ability. Questions, comments, criticism is always welcome. I will throw them up on the screen as they come through. Thanks to everybody that tunes in. Some news and notes, top headlines of the day. Jaden Daniels has a knee injury that just came out. His status for next week's game is iffy against the Las Vegas Raiders. Coach Dan Quinn did not specify what the injury was, but sources have told ESPN's Adam Schefter, the quarterback, has a sprain. And Daniels, they said, is day-to-day, but aren't we all? So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Not good early in the season. So a lot of injuries early on in the season here. People were getting banged and nicked up like left and right. Just a part of the game. Next man up. JJ McCarthy had a pitiful performance yesterday against the Falcons, by the way. Again, forget about last year. He got hurt. He missed a year. This is his rookie campaign. There's going to be a lot of bumps and bruises in your first year. He has a high ankle sprain, according to Kevin Seifert, Espen. His right ankle was diagnosed with the high ankle sprain that will sideline him for 2 to 4 weeks. So again, of course, Joe Burrow has the turf toe. He's having surgery. He will miss 3 months. Now, last year was sort of an anomaly with Joe. He kind of made it through the whole season, but he has been hurt often. I think this is his 6th year in the league, I believe. Somebody wants to fact check me. But yes, he is out 3 months. And Jake Browning, we trust. Look, Bengals are 2-0. It's not like Browning played bad yesterday. Just going to have to roll with him for a while. Brian Kelly has apologized to the reporter for his tirade after the win. Anybody that's seen it. Brian Kelly tends to get butthurt quickly. He has had a propensity for tirades. He has an anger management issue, although he'll tell you he doesn't. But he does. He doesn't like it when people question him. He berates players on the sidelines. He has an anger management issue. If he ever wants to come on this show, I'll tell him that he does, because he does. I know he doesn't like it. He doesn't like his authority questioned. He was questioned about the offense. They only beat Florida 20-10. Defense played gangbusters. 5 interceptions by DJ Lagway against LSU. But You can go see the video of what he said. It's what he does. See what else. Arch Manning got booed off the field the other day. He has promised to improve his struggles. It is reported by the Associated Press. This is today. He said, I know the type of player that I am. I know I'm going to play better and we're going to be better as an offense. What is he going to say? Yeah, I've sucked. I'm going to continue to suck. I'm not going to say that. This is his first year at the helm, too. So, but to be lackluster against UTEP, just a tad alarming. Hopefully, he can get that corrected. I picked Texas to win the Natty, but I picked Clemson and Notre Dame to make the playoffs, too. So, again, preseason rankings mean diddly dick. I mean nothing. Dallas Cowboys Cooper Beebe, he is out 6 to 8 weeks with an ankle sprain, which tells me that it's a severe ankle sprain, and sometimes severe ankle sprains are worse than breaks. So they're saying he does not have a high ankle sprain, but is dealing with a lateral sprain and a fracture of a small bone in his foot, according to a source. So the fracture will heal quicker than what the sprain does. Looks like Brock Hoffman might be in line to take over the position. So we'll get to the NFL scores a little bit. I'm not going to go over any of the stats and stuff like I do. I will say that tomorrow for end zone to end zone. But again, injuries aplenty. So those are some of the news and notes, the headlines from around the world in sports. Right now, Houston and the Buccaneers, they kicked off 12:45 in the first. The Texans have the ball. I was looking over some news and notes from the NFL. Nothing major other than what I've already spoken about. So let's go to the scores from yesterday, shall we? Again, I'm not going to go over the stats and the box scores. It all started on Thursday last week. The Packers beat the Commanders 27-18. Boy, the Packers sure look good, don't they, in all facets of the game. I know the Commanders sort of put up a fight in the fourth quarter, but the Pack with the W. Of course, I picked the Packers to go to the Super Bowl this year. I don't have them winning it. I had Cincinnati beating Green Bay in the Super Bowl, and now that Joe Burrow's out, I'm not going to change. I'm not going to change it. I'm going to stick with it. The Bengals beat the Jaguars 31-27. Entertaining game. Jags were up at the half. Burrow got hurt. Then Browning came in. Did an admirable job, by the way. And then the Jags, I kept trying to tell everybody, like, they're like, your Bengals defense. I'm like, look, they're gonna outscore people. Last week, fantastic against the Browns last week. This week, not so much. But the Bengals with the W, again, back and forth, entertaining game, not defensive by any stretch of the imagination. And then the Cowboys beat the Giants 40-37. It didn't seem like anybody wanted to win the game. They were trying to out-screw each other. Cowboys with that late field goal, though. Look, both these defenses were trash yesterday. Ass personified. It was terrible. And I was watching on social media the Giants and the Cowboys fans going back and forth. Giants would screw up. Oh, we're done. It's over. And something would happen with the Cowboys. Oh, we're done. We're just handing it to the Giants. It was back and Let the game play out. That's why they're called fans. It's short for fanatics. That's why we call them fans. Cowboys with a huge win. Oh, by the way, the Jaguars fell to 1-1. The Bengals 2-0. The Giants now 0-2. The Cowboys 1-1. Cowboys now 1-1 in division. Then one of the debacles of the weekend, the Lions beat the shit out of the Bears 52-21. The Bears stink. Yet heard that they said that they see growth out of Caleb Williams. Okay. You have to put a positive twist on it. You're not going to come out and say, yeah, he struggled in this. That's not what they're going to do. But it was a beatdown. A beatdown. A beatdown. Bears stink. Lions found their offensive groove. Lions aren't going to do that every week. It's just that the Bears aren't that good. Lions are 1-1. The Bears fall to 0-2. Rams beat the Titans 33-19. It was actually 13-10 Titans at one point at the half. Then the Rams caught fire in the second half. Nakua, Adams did their thing. And the Rams defense clamped down in the second half. They won 33-19, which I thought the first half was actually not. It was actually decent. It was a defensive struggle. But the Rams climbed to 2-0. The Titans fall to 0-2. In one of the games where you're like, who's going to win this? Somebody has to. The Patriots gut check over the Dolphins 33-27. 15-14 at the half. Patriots would score. Dolphins would score. Patriots would come back. Dolphins. And, of course, Dolphins doing Dolphin-type things to lose. Thought Drake May had a decent game. I didn't think Tua played horribly, but it wasn't enough. Patriots win that one 33-27. Patriots are 1-1. The Dolphins drop to 0-2. I've heard Mike McDaniel say that he is not worried about his job security. I said this after last week. Blow it up. You have to do something early, because if they go to 0-4 or 0-5 and then you do it, you're going to be like, why now? Dolphins played better this week, but again, wasn't enough. In another entertaining game, very competitive, the 49ers beat the Saints 26-21. It was 16-7 at the half. Of course, 49ers with no Purdy. There's no Kittle. They did what they had to do. It was 16-7 at the half. I thought the 49ers would pull away. Saints came back, made it a game of it. But again, Saints doing Saints-type things. 49ers 2-0. Saints 0-2. In the game that I had the Jets winning, what the hell's wrong with me? The Bills beat the shit out of them 30-10. It wasn't even that close. I thought the Jets, after last week's performance, would be a little bit better. They came unhinged. Justin Fields knocked out of the game, concussion protocol. They just looked bad. They looked horrible. As decent as they looked in week 1 against Pittsburgh, they looked like complete nothing in week number 2. Bills 2-0. The Jets now 0-2. In a game that was mystifying the Steelers fans, I'm sure, the Seahawks beat the Steelers 31-17. It's actually 14-7 at the half Steelers, and then Seahawks put the clamps down. Steelers with a couple of turnovers. Steelers defense was trash. The Seahawks came to play, ran the ball effectively. Again, in a game that was mystifying, home opener for the Steelers, and that's what happens. Seahawks 31, Steelers 17. The Steelers now 1-1. The Seahawks are 1-1. In another laugher, the Ravens over the Browns 41-17. It was actually only 10-3 at the half. Then the Browns kept Derrick Henry in check, which like that seemed like that's what they do. The Ravens scored 31 points in the second half to the Browns 14. The Ravens defense looked okay. I wouldn't say spectacular. But the Ravens 41, Browns 17. Ravens 1-1, Browns 0-2. And a little bit of a surprise, the Colts beat the Broncos. Bo Nix and Sean Payton were going at it on the sideline. From what I've seen of Bo Nix, sometimes he doesn't like to get yelled at. He's a baby sometimes, and he pitches a hissy fit. Just listen to your coach. Colts with a late field goal after the Broncos missed a field goal that would have put them up 31-26. The Colts with the late field goal, 29-28. The Colts, kind of a surprise team. Didn't see this out of them. Danny Dimes is looking like Danny Dimes. Broncos defense might not be all that we expected. Colts with a big win, though, 29-28. The Colts are now 2-0. The Broncos 1-1. Another competitive game. It was actually 20-3 at the half. The Cardinals. The Panthers put up a fight in the second half. But a couple of turnovers by the Panthers is kind of what sealed their doom. This is the kind of competitiveness that I thought the Panthers would have last week. The Cardinals did just enough to hold on. They win 27-22. Cardinals now 2-0. One of my playoff picks, wild card. Panthers now 0-2. And of course, the Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl rematch. Eagles win 20-17. Look, as a Chiefs fan, I've been telling everybody for months, they're not making the playoffs. They're not. If they prove me wrong, they prove me wrong. The Eagles did nothing spectacular. The Chiefs did nothing spectacular. It was kind of a fugly game, to be quite honest with you. Kelsey getting pissed on the sideline. He's dropping balls. And look, these are the kind of games that the Eagles just seem to win over the last couple of years. Again, they did nothing spectacular offensively. They did nothing spectacular defensively, other than a turnover. A couple of turnovers. But the Chiefs aren't making the playoffs. GM Brett Veach decided, well, we made a Super Bowl 2 years ago with this team. Last year they ran it back. They made the Super Bowl with smoke and mirrors. We're going to do it the same. They did nothing to upgrade the running back position. They did nothing to upgrade the receiver position. The upgrades they made to the offensive line, okay. Can't run block. Chiefs can't run the football. And number 15 can't do it all. And when he feels like he has to, he gets himself in trouble. Eagles do Eagles thing. Push. 3rd and 1. If you keep them at 3rd and 9, a different story. But when the Eagles are 3rd and 2, or 3rd and 1, or 4th and 1, what do you think they're going to do? Again, Kansas City, their offense doesn't scare anybody. At one point it did. It doesn't anymore. And number 15 can't do it all. Maybe if you focused on football rather than doing commercials, making nice with Taylor Swift. This team used to be hungry. They're not hungry anymore. They've gotten older. The league has gotten young. A game last night. Oh, by the way, the Chiefs are 0-2. First time in the Mahomes era. Eagles jumped to 2-0. Falcons beat the Vikings 22-6. I fell asleep in the third quarter, but Falcons defense came to play yesterday. J.J. McCarthy did not look all that good. Now McCarthy's out 2 to 4 weeks. We'll have to see what happens. And if the Falcons can get that kind of defensive effort from their team week in and week out, they might be a little bit of a force for the wild card. But both teams fell to 1-1. Major League Baseball, shall we? Let's go to the standings, as I do every week. The American League East, the Blue Jays still on top, 87-62. The Yankees are second, 82-66, 4 games back. The Red Sox now 82-68 and third, 5.5 back. The Rays are 73-76, 14 back. The Orioles are 69-80, 18 games back and last. In the Central, don't look now, Detroit Tigers. They are 85-68, still in first. But the Cleveland Guardians have caught fire the last 10 games. They are 9-1 their last 10. Guardians are second, 78-71, but they're 6.5 back. They've whittled it down a little bit. The Royals third, even, 75-75, 10 back. The Minnesota Twins, who have now been eliminated from playoff contention, 65-84, 19.5 back. And the Chicago White Sox, abysmal again, in last, 28 games back. In the West, the American League West, the Seattle Mariners have caught fire. They're 9-1 their last 10. They now lead the West, 82-68. The Stros, second, 81-69, a game back. The Texas Rangers, 79-71, 3 games back. Texas was my pick from the American League to make the World Series. I believe I went Rangers, Braves. And we all know what happened to the Braves this year. Fourth, the Athletics, 70-80, 12 back. And the Los Angeles Angels, 69-81. They are in last place. National League East, the Phillies have all but wrapped it up. They are 89-61 in first. The Mets, who have shit the bed, 2-8 their last 10, 77-73, 12 games back, although they still hold on to the final wild card. The Marlins are third, 79-80, 19 back. The Atlanta Braves are 66-83, 22.5 back. And the Washington Nationals have been eliminated from said playoffs, 62-87 and last. In the Central, the Brewers have clinched the playoff berth. They're 91-59 in first. The Cubs are second, 85-64. They're 5.5 back. The Reds, third, 74-75, 16.5 back. The Cardinals are fourth, 73-77. They are 18 back. And my pathetic Pirates, 65-85, 26 games back. Out there in the West, the Dodgers still lead, 84-65. The Padres are second, 82-68, 2.5 back. San Francisco Giants, 75-74 in third, 9 back. Diamondbacks fourth, 75-75, 9.5 back. And the Rockies have been eliminated. They are 41-109. Right now, your division winners, if it ended today, the American League would be Toronto, Detroit, and Seattle. With wild card teams being the Yankees, the Red Sox, and the Stros. In the National League, your division winners would be Philly, Milwaukee, and Los Angeles. And your wild card teams would be the Cubs, the Padres, and the struggling Mets. Excuse me. Scores from yesterday: the Nationals beat the Pirates 4-3. Braves beat the Astros 8-3. The Royals over the Phillies 10-3. Blue Jays hammered the Orioles 11-2. Guardians beat the White Sox 3-2. Tigers beat the Marlins 2-0. Mets beat the Rangers 5-2. Diamondbacks beat the Twins 6-4. Cardinals over the Brewers 3-2. Cubs beat the Rays 4-3. Dodgers hammered the Giants 10-2. Athletics over the Reds 7-4. The Mariners over the Angels 11-1. Padres over the Rockies 9-6. And the Red Sox beat the Yankees 6-4. Games on tap today. The Cubs are up on the Pirates 2-0 in the bottom of the third. Bottom of the third, the Nationals over the Braves. Later on, Blue Jays, Rays, Orioles, White Sox, Yankees, Twins, Reds, Cardinals, Rangers, Stros, big one. Giants, D-backs, and the Phillies play the Dodgers. No real major news. Other Otani's lawyers have moved to dismiss his real estate suit. Go figure. I said to keep an eye on that. Jose Altuve is out with a foot injury against the Rangers. That sucks for them. Mr. Raleigh makes more home run history if you didn't see it. He hit his 54th home run. I'm trying to read over. Since he is a switch hitter, he has tied Mickey Mantle, who hit 54 as a switch hitter back in 1961. Well, we're getting down here to the Major League Baseball nitty gritty. Let's jump to the NBA. I didn't see any well, there's been some trades. The Atlanta Hawks have traded Kobe Buffkin to the Nets for cash. So that was a trade that went down. What else? Some other deals. Bismack Biyombo has signed a one-year deal to return to the San Antonio Spurs. Probably because everything that's going on with Wembanyama. You just don't know. Then on this other stuff I went over last week. WNBA, shall we? Let's go to the standings. The playoffs are all but set. They are set. So right now, the Lynx, excuse me, the Lynx would play the Valkyries, the Aces would play the Storm, the Dream would play the Fever, and the Phoenix Mercury would play the New York Liberty. If the playoffs started today. Brianna Stewart, she's undergone an MRI on her knee to see if there's any structural damage. The Valkyries, Veronica Burton, she has won the WA and NBA's Most Improved Award. It's just some news and notes from the WNBA. Elena Delle Donne, she has been hired as the women's 3x3 director for the national team. Good to have somebody that's been through the rigmarole. And I digress. The playoffs have started in the WNBA. I forgot. They just started. That's my bad. Sorry to the ladies. They did start on Sunday. The Lynx beat the Valkyries 101 to 72. Minnesota leads the series 1-0. 1-0. The Dream beat the Fever in game one, 80 to 68. They lead that series 1-0. Liberty with a hard fought game over the Mercury, 76-79. They take the 1-0 lead. And the Aces hammered the Storm 102 to 77. to take a 1-0 lead. On Tuesday, the Dream and the Fever in game 2, and the Aces in a Storm in game 2. No major NHL news, although we are about 3-4 weeks away from camps. Scotty Scheffler continues to do Scotty Scheffler things. He won the Pro Championship down there, out there in Napa, California. Won it by 1 stroke over Ben Griffin. He wins with a 19 under par score. Ben Griffin was second at 18 under par. And of course, next week is the Ryder Cup. The LPGA, Charlie Hull won the Croker Queen City Championship presented by P&G. That was in Mainville, Ohio. She won with a 20 under score. For her. PGA Tour champions. Retief Goosen won with a 13 under par score. I believe that's his first victory on the champions. If anybody watched Saturday night, NASCAR playoff race number 3, which was won by Christopher Bell. Let me go to the full results, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully your favorite driver did well. Josh Berry was 39th. Chase Elliott, 38th. Bad showing. Daniel Suarez, 37th. Chicken Allmendinger, 36th. Chad Fincham, 35th. Bubba Wallace, 34th. Cole Custer, 33rd. Kyle Larson, bad showing, 32nd. Denny Hamlin, also bad showing, 31st. Austin Cindric was 30th. Cody Ward, 29th. Austin Dillon, 28th. Ty Dillon, 27th. Shane Van Gisbergen, 26th. Austin Hill, 25th. Ty Gilliland, 24th. Noah Gragson was 23rd. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. was 22nd. Ryan Preece was 21st. Eric Jones was 20th. Ross Chastain, 19th. Riley Herbst was 18th. 17th position. Michael McDowell. Kyle Babushka was 16th. Tyler Reddick was 15th. John Hunter Nemechek was 14th. Justin Haley, 13th. Good showing for him. William Byron, 12th. Chris Buescher was 11th. Ty Gibbs was 10th. Chase Briscoe, 9th. Alex Bowman, 8th. Carson Hocevar, 7th. Corey Heim, 6th. Joey Logano, 5th. Ryan Blaney, 4th. Zane Smith, 2nd. Brad Keselowski, 2nd. I'm sorry, Zane Smith was 3rd. Brad Keselowski, 2nd. Christopher Bell was your winner. We go to the playoff standings as it would stand right now. Just a second. And I'm trying to find out what they are. And it's not showing. Let's try this. So as it stands right now, Josh Berry 16th, Shane Van Gisbergen in 15th, Austin Dillon 14th, Alex Bowman 13th, Tyler Reddick 12th, Ross Chastain 11th, Joey Logano 10th, Austin Cindric 9th, Bubba Wallace 8th, Chase Elliott 7th, Chase Briscoe 6th, Ryan Blaney 5th, Christopher Bell 4th, Kyle Larson still 3rd, William Byron 2nd, and Denny Hamlin 1st. Right now, late in the first quarter, the Texans up on the Buccaneers 10-7. That's still early in the first. Of course, the NFL doing this dumbass 2 Monday night games. I'll be quite honest with you. If I were running the NFL, I get rid of Thursday night games. I get rid of Monday Night Football because nobody stays up for it anymore. Even fans of the teams, unless you're covering the team, unless you know work second shift and you're catching it late, nobody watches it anymore. It's 10-7. Later on at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Chargers and the Raiders. So I think I'm going to end it there. Again, everything will start to get in the full swing second week of October. NHL will be back. NBA will be back. College football will be halfway through the season. The NFL has been played 5 or 6 games. So I don't follow boxing or MMA that much. So I know Crawford beat Canelo this weekend. It's not my cup of tea. So if you want me to talk about boxing or MMA more, let me know in the comments. So, but I'm going to end it there. Coming up 8 o'clock on Student Body Right, I will have Mr. Otis Kirk. Let me just pull up his information here. He covers Arkansas Razorback football. I will be going through the top 25 week three review and then week 4 preview. He is at Otis Kirk 23 on the Twitter machine. He covers the Arkansas Razorbacks for Hogville and Pig Trail Nation. All of his content is free. You can register at hogville.net. So, again, as I end every show, practice compassion, practice empathy, have passion for what you do. Hug somebody today. You might make their day. Tell somebody you love them. You might not get a second opportunity. And for God's sakes, if you see somebody struggling, ask questions, inquire what might be bothering them, what they're struggling with. You might just not be saving a life. You might be saving a lot of lives. So enjoy the rest of your evening with the football games on. I will see everybody at 8 o'clock on Student Body Right. There's only one thing left to do. And that's for Danny Don. Take me out.
Turn out the lights. The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.